Game 5 and on a roll here. We've got a good 2-drop, we've got a harsh rule that we can play with, and synchronized strike isn't good right now, but it should be good later on. Got all our colors, we're definitely going to keep this hand. This turn, I might be a little bit less aggressive with my follow-up units and play a little bit more into the harsh rule plan, especially if our opponent is aggressive. But I think it's still worth playing the student, even if we are on the harsh rule, because passing too many turns is just very suspicious. Now we draw the teleport. We could attack, but I think we're going to hold the student back to play defense for a while. We can teleport it back to our hand before a harsh rule turn, and it should force our opponent to build up a board to push through it. There's the Granite Acolyte. I think we will use the teleport offensively here to bounce this back to his hand. Stops the attack, knocks the Iron Sword off, and the 2/2 can't actually get through us. So, just spending cards to delay for the moment. Here, because he only has 2 damage, I think we're going to push the 4 through. I think that trade is in our favor in the long game. Apparently you can cast Synchronized Strike on just 1 unit, which has worked out pretty well for us here. I didn't actually know if that would work. We're not going to commit the Argenport Soldier to the board because we can't push through the 2/1, doesn't block very well. It doesn't play into our plan of getting value off of Harsh Rule, which isn't working very well since we seem to be beating him to death with just this Awakened Student. The Cogulator is a pretty good jump blocker. But I think we stay on the aggressive. What we really want him to do is overcommit to the board to overwhelm us with his attackers. And I mostly made that attack just to get the Cogulators and Tomb out of the way. Yeah, now we're definitely going to want to be holding our guy back, especially if he's got all these weapons. Trading a Grenadin for 5 damage to us doesn't seem like a very good trade. So if he plays 1 more unit, I think it's time to pull the trigger on the Harsh Rule. We can follow it up with an Argenport Soldier. Yeah, especially a unit like that. So hopefully he does not have a Protect here. If he does, things are going to be tough. We'll play the Justice Sigil just for show. There was always the possibility that he had some kind of rally turn planned and decided to just take the damage. So it looks like he does not have a Protect. We got 4 or 5 of his cards for our Harsh Rule and our Awakened Student. And now the pressure is on for him. Although, he has Torch. Alright, we have the counter. So he still has 3 cards in hand plus whatever he draws here. So we're not in the greatest of shape. But if we draw a single threat, we should be okay. 2 cards? Okay. So we draw a card. As long as we don't draw sigils, we should be able to take this game. That card could be problematic. I think we're priced into double blocking here. Shogun of the Waste hits for 6. And he's only a sigil away from activating that Valkyrie. I may have pulled the trigger on the harsh rule too soon. Oh. However, perhaps not. If we can tempo through this, if he does not draw a sigil here, or if he decides to go for the racing, more likely he'll just leave it back, yes. This is going to be a tough one. If he attacks with both, we have to at least block it with one thing, or we just die. And he's holding something back. Double block gives us 2 turns to draw something, because we're not just dead from these cards, although we didn't. So most likely this is going to be a charge unit. Okay, same sort of thing. So we drew a lot of sigils this game, but we played the harsh rule too early, and I think we made it a bit too obvious that we were going with it. We started with the tempo plan, then went back to the harsh rule, didn't commit one way or the other, and that caused our defeat. Hopefully we'll be able to play with a little bit more restraint next game.